Welcome back. Welcome back. CTM Sports back at you one more time, talking about these playoffs. Looking at the brackets, both conferences seem like it's starting to fare out into a pretty balanced competition. Couple of them kind of shocked you and make you think about some stuff, but we finna get right into it though. Let's look at the brackets first before we talk about the accountability of being in the playoffs. Let's talk about that. You see the Thunder playing the Lakers. On the other side, you got the Pistons playing the Cavaliers now. Then you have Timberwolves, Spurs, Knicks, and 76ers. We already seen that last week that the Thunder, Lakers, they've been kind of waiting. They there now. It's gonna be a good series. Starts Tuesday at 7:30, as you can see right there. Shout out to NBA.com for the bracket. So when you look at the Pistons, right, they could win 7 games with the Magic. Great game, by the way. Shout out to Tobias for stepping up. And when we're talking about accountability in the playoffs, just from an accountability standpoint, the question is, can Tobias step up and become a solid second option to Cade Cunningham? I think he's more than capable. From an accountability standpoint, if I was the coach, I would really have him assert his dominance in the game outside of when Cade um, is not aggressive. I would tell him to step up and become aggressive. I would also have those two guys make sure that those two guys are setting the pace for the rest of the team. Um, he did it this game, game 7, but can he be more consistent from an accountability standpoint going forward against the Cavaliers? Um, and then on the other side of that, when you think about accountability, you think about the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Are they the same kind of player playing on the same team? Need the ball in their hands more. And there's a thing that's going around about these guys that when the lights come on, the brighter the lights get, they start to fade. The more pressure, it kind of crushes them a little bit. This is an interesting matchup because both of these teams are still working to be that solid team in the East. And it's very hard to do. It's not easy to do. And it's all based on the player's mentality, the talent and the mentality that they have. Cade is solid. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments. Do you think Cade could be one of the next faces of the NBA? When LeBron retire, that generation pass, will Cade lead that next generation with the Pistons? That's something to think about. I think the Pistons are going to beat the Cavaliers. I just don't know if they're consistent enough. That's just my opinion. I think I hope that the coach really drives home to Tobias that if you don't step up like you did in game 7, we're not going to beat the Cavs. But if you step up and be that second option, we can beat anybody in the East. So let me know in the comments what you think. Can Tobias become a solid second option? So let's look at some more brackets real quick. Lakers and Thunder. We already know what's going to happen with that. They're not going to beat the Thunder. They may win 1 game, maybe 2, if that. But the Thunder, they're not playing with people. I think that the Thunder, they're probably going to win this series 4-1. You know, at worst case scenario, 4-2. But I can't see this going to a game 7. It would be crazy if it did. Let some kind of weird injury happen or something. But I think that they're going to really make an emphasis on we're not gonna play around. We're gonna put the foot on the gas and we're gonna show you what a real talented team look like. This is just my opinion. They have the confidence, they got the talent. They just gotta execute. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this bracket? I know my boy Peel would be like Lakers in 5, but I don't know about that one, bro. This is gonna be pretty interesting. So moving down the bracket, let's start with the East first. Celtics lose to the 76ers. Ask me this. Did the Celtics shut down for the next year? Did they shut it down and say, you know what? We had a good run. We don't want to risk Tatum coming off an Achilles injury to going into another major injury. We want everybody to come in healthy next year. Did they shut down the team to prevent a catastrophic injury from happening? Because the longer you go in the playoffs, the more something catastrophic could happen. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think they shut it down. So the next one, when we talk about the bracket, 76ers playing the Knicks, can Embiid dominate the Knicks? This is going to be a good series. Can Cat rise to the challenge of playing against another big man? They both kind of one in the same because they both inconsistent. But we're going to see out of these two guys who's going to be the most dominant. Whoever be the most dominant is going to win this series. This is my opinion. Whoever can dominate the paint and the inside is going to win this series. It's either going to be Embiid or it's going to be Cat. Because they both try to shoot the three and they both kind of play around on the inside a little bit. But if I'm the coach of either one of these teams, excuse me, I'm telling my big man, you got to dominate the inside. Worry about the threes after you dominate the inside. I think Embiid, if he's healthy after having his surgery, I think he has an edge over Cat because he can be a little bit more physical if he really turns it on up here. Cat, more of a finesse guy now. I just gotta accept him for who he is. But if he go down in that paint and show Embiid what's up, I think that he could really establish his dominance in the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Knicks got the best chance to win the championship or go to the finals if they can dominate, if Cat can dominate the 76ers. I'll make that prediction right now. Right now, I'm making it. If the Knicks can get past the 70, they may get to the finals. I don't know if the Pistons or the Cavaliers got enough to beat the Knicks, in my opinion. So, going over to the 76, the Timberwolves and the Spurs. If the Spurs are healthy, Timberwolves are not going to win it, but I think the Timberwolves may take them to probably about 6 or 7 games because the Spurs are really young. But if De'Aaron Fox turn it on along with Wemby, it's going to be hard to beat that team. Rudy Gobert cannot hold Wemby. And the only way I can see them beating the Knicks is their perimeter game, offensive game will have to be on point, and they would have to have the series of their life. But with Anthony Edwards being out, I'm not sure if they have enough to beat the Spurs. Just off talent and total talent against total talent, I don't think the Timberwolves have enough to beat the Spurs. But let me know in the comments what you think. I just think different. It's just me. So in between that, let's talk about this. The challenge to become consistent in the playoffs. Let's talk about this. Like, how hard is it to become consistent in the playoffs? Now, I never played in the NBA, but play basketball a little bit. But to be consistent on that court in the playoffs where you play the same team over and over is not easy. And that's what separates the good players from the great players. When you think about Anthony Edwards, consistent, you know you're going to get probably about 25. Even on a bad night, you may get 18 out of him because he that consistent. Wemby, consistent. If he's healthy, he's consistent. You're probably going to get 22 points, 10 rebounds, probably about 5 blocks. He blocking threes and everything. SGA, you know you're going to get probably about 28 points a game, great mid-range play, and then the rest of the team going to step up as well. Jalen Brunson, if he's on, you know you're going to get about 25, maybe probably about 18, 20 points. Good post game from him. He's that consistent. If Embiid was more consistent, I would say that they were probably going to beat the Knicks, but he has to show that he's more consistent. You got to up it. He may be at a 3 consistent wise, but he got to get to like a 7 consistent wise. And I think they would probably beat the Knicks. They wouldn't have a chance because they wouldn't have nobody that can hold them. I just don't know if he got the mindset to do that because you have to sacrifice a lot to be that consistent. Even in life, to be that consistent, you got to sacrifice a lot because everybody has an idea of what it takes, but the results speak for everything to be consistent. A lot of times when you're consistent, you get paid more. Think about that. There's a value to be consistent, whether in playoffs, whether in life, whether your career, in anything. There's a value in being consistent, being reliable, being able to perform, even under the pressure. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not gonna be on here too long. And let me know what you think about this. Are the Cavaliers playoff frauds? They do good in the regular season. They have a great regular season record. But in the playoffs, it's like something breaks down, something happens, something just don't click. And with James Harden and the Spider having the same backcourt, is it enough balls to go around between those two? Seems like the chemistry's off somewhere. Seems like they're trying to play together, but it seems like I don't know. It's something about James Harden, man. I don't know what it is about dude. He seems like he's like a slow cancer, in my opinion. Starts off good. Next thing you know, things start to happen. You just can't figure out what it is. But to my opinion, it seems like I don't know if he really cares about winning deep in the playoffs. I think he's fine with personal stats, individual legacy, in my opinion. I think he's fine with that. Having an individual legacy of being an offensive guy that was in the innovative offense with Mike D'Antoni, but never won a championship. I don't think he even cares about a championship, in my opinion, based off his play, based off how he performed in the playoffs, and then when he gets to high pressure situations, he shrinks. Like when he played against the Spurs, shrunk. Played against the Warriors, he shrunk. Had Chris Paul on his team, he shrunk. He has a chance to change that, to really rewrite some of that, but time will tell. A person's pattern undefeated, and his pattern is not the greatest. So Are the Cavaliers playoff frauds? Let me know in the comments. And with that being said, please make sure to watch Thinking Game podcast tomorrow. Be sure to watch CTM Sports as we pop on and pop off. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the love. Like, share, and subscribe. All the platforms are at the bottom. Go there, follow. Appreciate you for supporting. Check in tomorrow evening as we talk about more serious topics about life and how to thrive and how to just live life and navigate life from a thinking perspective. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next CTM Sports.